Hey guys, Mixed Media Girl here. In this video, I'm doing a combination acrylic pour technique, making a beautiful neon rose. So this is actually two techniques in one. It's going to be a bottle bottom pour and then a kiss pour. And a while back I did the reverse where I did a black and white rose with neon leaves. So I really wanted to see what this would look like if I did black and white leaves and a neon rose. So to do the rose, I do a kiss pour, and for that, I'm going to put paint into two different little cups. I'm using a 12 by 12 inch canvas, so overall I need around 9 ounces of paint, but the majority of that is going to be the leaves. And I'm using all Mixed Media Girl pouring paints. These are ready to go right out of the bottle. You don't need to mix them with anything. And in these two little cups, I've got electric purple, electric pink, electric lime, and then a little bit of Pacific blue and white for contrast. And I like to put a little more of the light colors in one side and then the dark colors in the other side, which will make a big difference when I do the kiss pour. Now I've got a larger cup here that I'm filling up for my leaves. And in this cup, I'm going to use about 6 ounces of paint. In the little tiny cups, I only used about 3 ounces of paint. And typically, you want to use the most paint for the leaves. Otherwise, your rose just becomes huge, and you'll kind of see that in a little bit. So for the leaves here, I'm literally just layering white and black. I am using a slightly larger amount of white than black because that black can really take over. And as you can probably see here, I'm pouring really slowly down the side of the cup because I want to get the minimal amount of gray possible and don't want these to blend very much. So I'm just pouring really slowly. Now this is a bottle bottom. It is the 4-inch bottle bottom that I sell on my website, mixedmediagirl.com. And it is the best size that I've found to use for this technique. So we start off with the leaves and just pour slowly over that bottle bottom. Try to pour evenly. And as a note, my canvas is up on a cake spinner. So I will be spinning this out, and that's what I think looks best with this technique. You'll get a round rose instead of a lopsided rose typically. But you can do it where you're just tilting it. That's fine as well. So I pour out all of the black and white. And then when I'm doing a bottle bottom pour, after I'm done pouring out my paint, I like to let it sit there for a minute and finish draining off of that bottle bottom so we get as much paint onto the canvas as possible. When that's done draining, I lift it up. And for this technique, you want to immediately do the rose, which is the kiss pour, which is why you get your cups ready beforehand. So to do a kiss pour, you're going to pour the 2 cups simultaneously, having the paint touch from the cups mid-air. And then I also do this in a little bit of a tree ring as well. So I'm moving it in a circular fashion. And the key with this is not a lot of paint. You want to just use very little or your rose just becomes huge. After I was done pouring the rose, I took a stick and I pulled a line through each of my petals and then I spun it out. I thought this looked really cool. It almost looks like the rose isn't moving at all and the black and white is moving really fast, but obviously they're moving at the same speed. Now here I had it a little bit off center, so I tilted just slightly to get it a little more centered, and I also tapped out the edges of my canvas to help with that paint flow to get full coverage. And with this, there's no rules. You can spin it as many times as you want, even once your canvas is covered. If you want to expand that center at all, go ahead and keep spinning. I like to keep the rose on the smaller side, so I tried not to overspin it. And here's how it looks completely dry. I think it is just gorgeous. Bright colors, great shapes, and I love it. So I really hope that you guys enjoyed this. If you missed the earlier video where I did the opposite of this in terms of colors, I'll put the link down in the description for you to check out. And otherwise, I will see you all next time.